CEO of the International Center for Aviation Innovation, Patrick He, says the Asia-Pacific region is taking the lead in reshaping global airport operations, with 60% of the total number of airport projects. Now, just last month, Singapore committed another $5 billion to expanding Changi Airport, which includes the construction of a fifth terminal. Now, for more on how airports are expanding and improving their operations, we have with us Emily Tan, Chief Executive and Country Director at Thales Singapore. Ms. Tan, thank you so much for coming in tonight.
It's my pleasure.
So the aviation sector, especially post-pandemic, it is looking quite exciting, isn't it? We're seeing digitalization, technology really transforming, really shaping airport operations. What are some of the technological changes we can expect to see at airports in the region over the next decade or so?
Okay. As you mentioned, airport, we expect air operations to increase tremendously over the next decade. If I could group technologies into two spaces, the first on moving people and the second on moving airplanes. On moving people, we can imagine that in future, as air traffic takes up, we can have a scenario where airports become more congested, longer queues, or we can have a vision of a seamless travel where you no longer have to go to the airport several hours before flight departure, right? So we think about how do you make that travel seamless. So in Thales, we are working on a fly-to-gate technology where in future you use your face as a boarding pass. So you can imagine after enrollment, you basically use your face to check in your luggage, use your face to go to immigration. And as you know, immigration systems are also improving. You can use biometrics to enter and clear. And then you can also use your face to board the plane and even buy duty-free. So it's about reducing the queues and then making it seamless. At security as well, we are innovating on using medical technology into X-ray machines. So in future, you don't have to take out laptops and liquids anymore. And then on moving airplanes, as you know, airport operations are very complex. When an airplane arrives at the terminal, multiple vendors have to come to refuel the airplane, clean the airplane, look at operations, safety, load passengers, outflow passengers, and also in the air as well, there will be congestions as more and more airplanes are in the sky. So air traffic management technologies become increasingly important on being able to optimize the airspace and still allow airplanes to land smoothly using less fuel and therefore less carbon and having a more seamless experience for the traveler.
So these technological solutions, they're helping to speed up the processes, right? Making things more efficient. But why should the air traveler welcome these latest innovations? Because I'm assuming that perhaps some of them may be concerned. They must be wondering, will these changes lead to pass down costs as well?
One of the things about technology innovation is to optimize operations, make them more efficient, and thereby hopefully lowering cost. As I mentioned, for example, in air traffic management, you can try to have technologies that enables a smooth trajectory for the planes. So as they are having a smooth trajectory, they use less fuel, so therefore reducing the cost. At the same time, emitting less carbon. So technologies can help to reduce the cost in addition to increasing efficiency. And as a traveler, I would say, I can't wait for these technologies to come online and make traveling a lot more seamless.
So you're saying that air travel won't get more expensive with these changes?
I'm hoping that, in fact, they will get cheaper with the optimization.
Okay. When it comes to manpower, though, can technology actually help busy airports manage more passengers without hiring more staff?
Absolutely. With Changi Terminal 5, as was mentioned earlier on, coming on, imagine that we have capacity to take 15 million more passengers in Singapore. If we hire double the amount of manpower for Changi Airport, it will put a huge restraint on resources. So using technologies, for example, like AI to optimize operations, so using a lot of data that's collected, using AI to help you plan out what is the best mode of operation, can help reduce the manual work that some of the airport workers currently do today and enable them to focus on higher value add and more interesting tasks, and thereby increase their capacity to cater to more airplanes and more passengers than they do today.
You know, the Asia-Pacific region, as we mentioned earlier, it is taking the lead, right, in reshaping global airport operations. We're looking at 60% of the total number of airport projects here. But why and how has the region taken such a pivotal role in tourism growth? You know, what are some of the advantages, or what do we have to offer basically as a region when it comes to, you know, aviation and airport operations?
I think Asia is a very diverse region, very, very rich cultural, linguistic, and also scenery that tourists would like to come and explore. In terms of air traffic growth, we do forecast that Asia will take on the bulk. And you can see airplanes and airports being improved in the region to take on more capacity. Changi, of course, is a great example of that. So we do see more passengers coming to Asia, and we see Asia as a strong base of growth. And that's actually one of the reasons why Thales is also investing more in Singapore in view of this growing trend in Asia, to both in terms of avionics as well as air traffic management, and also investing into R&D with our key stakeholders here.
And, there will always be concerns about playing catch-up, whether we are ahead, moving too fast with technology, right? What do airports have to be careful about when adopting the latest technology?
As technology becomes a lot more pervasive in our lives, one of the key things is that these are technologies we need to trust. When airplanes are in the sky, air traffic management, you need to trust that technologies. Avionics on board an aircraft, you need to trust that it's flying the airplane safely. So trust becomes very important, and that means that we also need to ensure cybersecurity. So I think cybersecurity is becoming increasingly a concern, and hackers are targeting the aviation industry. Airlines are being targeted. So increased investments into cybersecurity would be very important. So Thales is putting a lot of emphasis, and we are now one of the top 5 cybersecurity players in the world after investing into numerous cybersecurity companies. And even in Singapore right now, we have over 130 cybersecurity professionals. So we're ensuring cybersecurity in all our products and solutions that we can give to our customers.
So from terminal to ramp and data-driven solutions, Ms. Dunn, I want to talk about air traffic control, because that is a key part of managing a busy airspace.
Absolutely.
How will technology help with this?
So technology can help in this in various ways. So imagine an airspace is like an airport, right? As you double the number of airplanes in the air, you need to enable that capacity in airspace as well. So advanced air traffic control technology enables you to do that. And right now we have an open ATM system that allows you to develop and innovate beyond what is installed today, moving along with technology and advances as well as the increased load in the skies. For example, we have an air lab in Singapore that's a joint lab with the Civil Aviation Authority of Singapore, and we're innovating on technologies like a digital twin of the air traffic management system, where we can then trial and test new technologies. Like we have a technology that's called continuous descent operation, which basically allows the airplane to descend very smoothly, and thereby, as I mentioned, reduce fuel and reduce carbon footprint. And with the digital twin, we're able to test bait these ideas without it interfering with the main system. So some of the innovations that's being done at Air Lab, we hope to be able to implement into the next generation air traffic management systems.
All right, great. Exciting times ahead. Ms. Tan, thank you so much for speaking with us tonight. Emily Tan from Thales Singapore. Thales is, of course, among exhibitors at an aviation technology conference being held at the Marina Bay Sands this week.